Hey, what's going on everybody? Neil from the Pentatonic Way. Welcome to How to Solo Over Blank, where I take a new backing track I find on YouTube every weekday and I bring it to you live, showing you how I'd approach it using the pentatonic scales. We got a great one lined up for today. It's hot off the presses from Elevated Jam Tracks. It's a Dreamy Ethereal Ballad guitar backing track in G. And the reason I chose it is because there's a lot of 7 chords in it, like major 7 chords. And usually that's tough to jam on using the pentatonics, but not today. You're going to figure out how to do that. I'm going to show it to you real quick. But before we do that, I just want to invite you to like, comment, subscribe, and share to, the channel and these videos with whoever. Anything you do like that helps me know I'm on the right track and supports the channel, which is awesome. Thank you for that. And I want to let you know that today's practice track, not the practice track, but today's lesson is brought to you by the Pentatonic Way. It's a course I put together that focuses on the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale and what you can do with them, how you can apply them to different chord progressions. And really, that's all you need to know as far as scales go, because every scale, nearly every scale, is present within the pentatonic scales, believe it or not. So head on over there and check that out. It's only 7-day free trial. I mean, you can check that out free and let me know what you think. All right, cool. So let's check out this jam track. Like I was saying, Elevated Jam Tracks. These guys are awesome. Just really great jam tracks to practice your guitar too. And yep, there they are. And let's see what the chord progression is. This is the jam. So it's that really cool, like, what do they call it? Dreamy. I'd say that's true. All right, so let's check out the chords here. All right, so we have G major 7. And then C major 7. All right, so to use the pentatonic scales on a G major 7, we're not going to place the root. We're not going to really play the root at all. Let me show you what I mean. So if we're playing on G here, and the typical way to play like over a major chord in G is to use this shape, right? So you'd put that note, that first note there, right there, on the G, and you would have something like this. All right, sounds really good. But listen when I jam along with the track for the G. All right, so we're at a different part of the song. Here we go. All right, C. So this is just standard major pentatonic. All right. All right, so that's standard pentatonic. I'm going to turn the backing track down a little bit. So I'll show you that wave first. Let's stay down here at the 3rd, because you can always do that up at the 15 too. So for the G major, you can use that shape. And then for the C majors, we can use this shape, the 5th shape of the pentatonic scale. Whoops. Must be Friday. All right. So what we're going to use is the fifth shape of the pentatonic scale over that C chord. All right. Get back to the chord progressions here. There we go. And because that's going to be based on that third note, so we'll start here on the top fret, top string. All right, so that doesn't include the major seven. What you have there is the root, the second, the third, the fifth, and the major sixth instead of the major seventh, right? All right, and then for the A minor, we'll just use that same shape because C major and A minor are related. A minor is the sad twin of C major. And for the D, let's just take that shape, that fifth shape, and move it up. So now that's going to be starting on the fifth fret. All right, so that kind of takes care of that first section, the verses. Then on the chorus, you have G major, so we'll use this shape again. The C major, we're going to use that fifth shape. For the D, we can just move that fifth shape up again, 2 frets. And if you want, for that E, we'll just move up to here on the 9th fret, sorry, 7th fret, do that 4th shape of the pentatonic. So that's pretty cool because you'll just be using the 5th shape for the C, 5th shape for the D, and then the 4th shape for that E, because that's like, or it goes like D, E minor, C, right? So yeah. All right. And I think that covers it for those. So I'm going to try to jam on it using those. This is strictly major pentatonic, and then after that I'm going to show you how to do it to highlight those major sevens. It's a kind of interesting way to approach it. So it sounds great. It sounds really good. Now, if you want to do something a little more unconventional, if you're bored with that, what we can do is take other shapes of the pentatonic scale and play them over these chords, right? For instance, for the G, when we would typically play this as G major pentatonic, what we're going to do is play this. See how those notes move? Like right there, that first note That note and the one on the other E string are the root notes. Now if we play this shape, the fourth shape, we get rid of the root note. Now we're playing a major 7, which is cool. So we can do that with that one. So for the G, we're going to use that shape over G. And for the C major, in order to make it C major 7, we're going to play this shape, right? Because look at the notes change here. The same thing happens.
The New Hampshire
no.
Governor Chris Sununu.
Okay. Anyway, try to ignore the ad. Wait, I can skip the ad. Boop. Jeez. Okay. So you see here, same thing happens. We're just moving from the root note, we're moving it down, right? So we use that shape, the second shape, over that C. All right? And then I think that's it for the 7th chord. It's like A minor 7. We could just use this shape. Oh, jeez. All right. A minor 7, we can use this shape, the first shape, on the 5th fret, right? That's where we usually think of minor pentatonics. The D, we'll just do the same thing. Since that's not a D major 7, we can just use that 5th shape based on the 5th fret. All right. Yeah, and that's about it. So mainly we're just changing things that we're playing on the G major 7 and the C major 7. All right. So G major 7, we're playing this based on the 2nd fret. And C major 7, we're playing this based on the 3rd fret. All right. So let's see how that sounds. This at 7. Is a 7. pretty cool. I was moving around a little bit there, trying to figure it out. You know, like up here, where you'd usually play the G using this shape on the 7th fret. On the fly, I was kind of like, okay, so we're playing that. Here's your G. I'd have to flat that. All right, so that makes it this shape. That makes it that shape. That's so distracting. I'm trying to go, look at the shapes, and it's going, look at me, I'm changing the screen. See? Same deal where you have like the root notes there, and you move it down, right? You can do that with all of them. So whenever you're playing a major chord, any major chord, say A major, right? Instead of playing the second shape here based on that 5th fret, if you're like jamming on that for a while and you're like sick of it, you want to introduce a new color, a new sound into your phrases, you can do that. Just take this 4th shape, and now you're doing A major, but you have that major 7. It's really hard to do unless you have backing track behind you, because it really just sounds like now you're going to an E chord, then going to an A chord, but that's all right as long as you have someone jamming on that A, like a backing track or a bass player or somebody. You're going to be doing all right. It'll still sound like a major 7. So kind of interesting. Something I want to practice more in my my soloing practice, whatever. So I hope you like it too. I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday. I think it's going to rain all weekend, but hopefully we'll get to go apple picking. My kids are chomping at the bit. I mean, we have a bunch of apples upstairs that they're not eating, but who knows? Logic of kids. Kids' logic. They're like, I want to just go apple picking. It's all about the experience, I guess. But all right, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great weekend, and keep on picking. See ya. Bye-bye.